Hey guys, I just wanted to give you my review of tonight's episode of The Flash, Season 2, Episode 10, titled Potential Energy. I gotta say this, it wasn't a very, it was like a Villain of the Week episode, but it was very character driven and had a lot of heart and humor to it, which is something that one of the most endearing things about The Flash, or like one of the strongest qualities that helps you get immersed in this, crazy comic book world that it's in. And I feel like this is basically should have been like the mid-season finale. It was pretty predictable. It starts out with Barry having this nightmare he's going on a date with Patty. Then she gets kidnapped by Zoom and dropped off a building. He's having recurring nightmares about it, and he's feeling very guarded. And of course, since the last couple of episodes, Patty suspects that Barry's keeping a secret. And she goes to talk to Iris about it. Patty talks to Barry about it, and she also suggests that Iris suggests that Barry just come clean with her about being the Flash, and if she's really gonna be serious, if he's really gonna start a serious relationship with her. He tries to do that, but of course another problem that comes in is, turns out Cisco has been tracking a metahuman off screen since season 1 called the codename the Turtle, who has the ability to slow down time, and he's been stealing, different artifacts. It seems like a little bit. It was nice to set up the joke that Barry was the only one not in on Cisco's white whale and chasing down a metahuman that nobody thought existed until now. But it seemed like a little strange that they kind of retcon. There's a little bit of a retcon that they shoehorned into the whole thing. But I guess maybe it's not such a stretch considering they have a whole series of. They have the Flash season 0, which is a whole bunch of stories that took place in season 1 that they didn't have time to tell on the show. So it's plausible, I guess. Of course, and I feel like he's a perfect, I don't know, I guess a perfect counterpart. He's slow, a villain who is able to slow down time, absorb people's kinetic energy, and slow people down. Flash running faster than the speed of light. It seemed like a nice little flip or parallel for the. As a little parallel, considering it's going up against a speedster, and they managed to make him pretty creepy too. In spite of his code name, and the fact that, they shoehorn the fact that it's oh, my wife left me, and that's why I want to take the things that are most valuable to people, like their artifacts, but it was also managed to make him creepy by the fact that she kept his wife's corpse in a glass box, and was planning on doing the same for Patty once he realized that I guess in order to simultaneously take Patty out on a date and also catch the Turtle, that Barry took her to the art gala, and of course the Turtle showed up. Barry was about to tell Patty the truth, but of course he had to leave the scene, and the Turtle managed to slow down time and take Patty's gun and also shoot out the chandelier to make it as a distraction to escape, and Barry saved her. It was kind of ironic that there's this, Jay and Caitlin were there as backup and basically there to help Barry out of drag Barry out and take him to safety, but they just kind of let Patty there, just lying there by herself. She gets pissed off that she felt like Barry had essentially left her to die. She almost died, and Barry had just run out on her, and so she considers ending the relationship and gives him an ultimatum. Either come clean, either start coming clean, or to she's ready to stop having fun, is how she puts it. So she expects him to start coming clean now. And then of course she gets kidnapped by the the Turtle when he realizes how much Barry the Flash cares for her, and and before placing and Barry manages to save her. And at first you think that Barry's gonna rushing headfirst into it, like his emotions are running high, like he's worried about trying to save Patty and not come up with a plan. But he's able to come up with a plan on the fly where he's able to. At first, when he can't like outrun like the shock, I guess the energy waves that the turtle's like emitting to slow him down, he decides to he decides to gain he decides to run back and gain enough speed to think that he's gonna do like a he guess he is able to do like a supersonic punch to knock a supersonic punch to actually to knock out the turtle and save Patty. But in the end, Patty decides to leave Central City to pursue a forensic science program at a school in Keystone because, and she was talking about how she deferred her enrollment because she was trying to become a cop and hunt down Clyde Martin, but and she which not Clyde Mark Martin, the weather wizard. And there's also the fact that and apparently she was just frustrated with Barry just not coming clean, with her and what happened at the gala. So basically, just broke up with her. She broke up with him right then and there. I mean, it was pretty predictable. I mean, I figured that was what was going to happen based on the trailer footage, but. I mean, Grant Gustin and Chantal Von Santini are like such great actors that just like it still made it as predictable as it was. It was still heartbreaking to watch, especially since like they've been like the most endearing. I love the chemistry between them. They've probably been one of the best, if not the best couple on the show. I mean, even to the point where it's like I think I was even shipped them. I'll go as far as to say I shipped them more than Barry and Iris. But I guess she's apparently the actress signed on to a pilot, so that's why she didn't stick. That's one reason she didn't stick around. And I don't know. I mean, I would think that she would stick around for maybe at least a couple more episodes, maybe towards the end of the season. But I don't know. I guess leaves Barry more room to focus on trying to catch Zoom and the focus on the whole Barry Iris dynamic. I don't know. But speaking of Iris, she and Joe were trying to get to know Wally West, but apparently it's pretty clear that Wally still holds resentment towards Joe for not being there, and it calls him out saying like, oh, and called him out for being, oh yeah, you're the detective who couldn't figure out that he had a son. And he blows off dinner with the West, Barry and Joe and Iris. It turns out he goes drag racing and just to go win a car. And when Joe confronts him about it, he just says, I'm the man of the house. What I've been doing, these drag races, these cars are what I've been using to pay for my mom's medical bills. I'm the man of the house. I always have been. Go back to your own family, Joe. And at first I thought it was like, when I first heard about the whole drag racing thing, I was thinking, I was like, oh great, they're just gonna do more of, it's gonna be like the new 52, Wally West, which I've heard negative things about. I didn't want him to just be some juvenile delinquent kid. But but that scene and explaining like his motivation, I just kind of like took a step back and it was like, okay, I think I like where they're going with this. Maybe there won't be some like bastardization of the character, and I was kind of excited for that. So that was definitely a big positive for me. I've heard stuff about how he's been described as, he was supposed to be from the DCU, like YOU, sorry. I guess he's supposed to be an amalgam of the pre-New 52 and the New 52 Flash. Somebody made that observation online, and if that's the case, then I'm I'm a little more optimistic about where they're going to go with the Wally West storyline this season. And also, and also with Harrison Wells, the fact that it's clear that he may be a good guy, but for the most part, he's clearly willing not to he's clearly really does not fuck around, and to the point where it's like after they put the turtle in the pipeline, which I thought they were addressed that. I thought they had a metahuman wing in the Iron Heights now, but now when you realize it was just a plot convenience just so Harry could kill the turtle and extracts, I guess, like a blood sample or like a brain sample. I guess he stuck some like gun up his nose to get a blood sample or brain cells or something, and it just killed him instantly. That he's just willing to, just because he's being forced into this deal with Zoom, that doesn't mean he's not gonna find a way to like get out of the deal. And I guess I was surprised that the epilogue was just going to be a scene of Eobard Thawne showing up in the past, and when he's talking to Gideon, he addresses Professor Thawne. He says, "Where am I?" So, and then of course there was a promo for next week implied that Harry said that this was going to be his origin story. So, I mean, if this was the case, this was going to be, if they're going to be like the going to be like the final, that was going to be the final shot of the episode. I kind of wish they didn't spoil it in the promos, but it's interesting that they're going to go with the route of, in the comic books, in which the Reverse Flash became a villain because he found out ahead of time, because he found out through time travel that he was predestined to become Barry's archenemy, and that drove him nuts. So the fact that the events of this episode are going to turn him into the villain that we know him to be, and essentially set up the whole season 1 arc, was going to be an interesting take. I mean, I'm excited for it. I still don't get like how he's going to still be alive, and how he's like not affected by, you know, the ripple effect of Eddie shooting himself and being erased from existence. I mean, that's the thing that bothers me about this show. It's just they don't seem to have any kind of established rules for, or any internal logic for the time travel. It just seems like the writers just like, well, it's time travel, it doesn't make any sense anyway, so viewers will just turn their brains off and go with it. Because it seems like in the pilot and the origin story was that they're going with the Back to the Future rules of time travel. Then episode 115, it was the Groundhog's Day rules of time travel. Then it was the Back to the Future rules of time travel in the season 1 finale, and then again with the Groundhog's Day rules of time travel in the Flash Arrow crossover episode. But either way, all in all, those are my gripes, but aside from that, this is a fantastic episode. I'm looking forward to next week. Very, very strong episode, very character driven. I'm totally satisfied with it, and I'm looking forward to see where the rest of the season is heading. What are your guys' thoughts on the episode? Leave it in the comments down below. If you like this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.